of my friends say, girl, you better take care.
Hey, Stealth community. Glad you guys could stop in. I've got something I want to talk to you guys about because the crime is extended in a large portion in America. And our natural news that we get, they are holding back a lot of stuff. I'll just get right into it. And basically what I try and do on this channel is forewarn my people to be alert. Somalians are doing more than just robbing programs. FBI and ICE raided Miami White Coat Ring. It was 67 found dead, 34.2 million fake drugs and organs. Here it said organs. And this is due to drugs and organs being sent to China, India, kidney as high as $300,000. I'm sorry, people, but try and stay healthy. That's why I'm trying to work on my problems now. Get the weight off and get off the sugar. Try and stay healthy. Because you end up in that hospital, the doctor that they had, Somalian doctor, and this guy is one of the ones that were in there. Also, there was a big briefing on it on YouTube. It was taken down, I guess, because of all the flack that was going on. And I'm sorry, we have a lot of cells over here that we aren't sure who they are. They aren't vetted. So we don't know if we're dealing with a capital killer or someone who just hate Americans or who's here to take you out. Young lady on the subway that got stabbed. It's one of our own people. The lady on the subway that got put on fire. It's crazy. And these people have been doing vicious crimes all their lives. 3 and 4 and 5 wives, beating their wives, on and on. This is why y'all gonna have a beautiful turnout in New York with Modani. Already when he was giving his little speech about going against Trump, the people that were over in Venezuela that lived that interrupted his whole meeting. And that was for the Democrats to spy against Trump and spearhead him and go, hey, you did the wrong thing. And as you can see, Madani has nothing else to say about that. Neither did the media report it. I'm so sick of the media not bringing the news like they should. Please don't listen to them. Listen to your podcaster. Go to X. Do your due diligence to get on Google. You know what I'm saying? Yahoo. Find out what's going on. It might take 15, 20 minutes of your day, but you might be better abreast of what's going on around you. Minnesota Housing Stabilization Services estimated an annual cost in 2020 of $2.6 million. In 2024, that number rose to $302 million. The increased amount of fraud, it was all fraud. The increased amount of fraud came to a realization through housing, funding food, also funding child care centers. The Minnesota fraud investigation is known as a mafia. This is what they call it over there for short. One of the reasons it's not investigated as it should be is right away they call out racism. No white man wants to be called a racist. And the Democrats been doing this for years, how they'll find a weak point in you and they'll work on that. Like Jasmine Crockett, the first thing she yelled, "I'm a black woman and it's racist." Well, she got straight in Congress too, saying that no black people in position. Congress must straighten out on that. But I'm so tired of hearing that. And so what if it's racist? You're stealing. That's wrong too. I much better be called a racist than to be broke. The prejudice has firmed to an alarming amount to where people are running with it. And all you have to do is call that out. Investigators showed that the top 100 Somalians were deeply embedded in fraud. And they all called out literally racism when things got a little bit too hard their way. Literally in Minnesota, a white police officer was put in jail. Not long after that, he came and raided one of the Somalian places. They put him in jail. He found 125 million fake meals. And this was in just one freedom program. The FBI attention is back in 2018 of the money kickbacks, the idea that they were accused of racism. This was allowed because no one in government wanted to be labeled that. And I can't believe that this one little word kept out investigators and kept out them stopping the fraud because they didn't want to be labeled as racist. So I think we should be very glad Trump is doing something about it. Democrats have pushed and trampled and cared nothing about the American people. Nothing. As much fraud that is created over there, they stood up for the Somalians. And we have Ayan Omar said she's working for Somalia. Nothing for America, but she's a congressman and supposed to be working for all the people. She calls racism and white people hate Somalians, but she's married to a white man. See what I'm saying? Making sense. These people are so crooked. And at the same time, she's made her little sweetheart quite wealthy. But white people are evil. Of course, we shouldn't expect too much better. She was tapping boots with her brother. Trump is working hard for the American people, y'all. Whichever way you look at it, I'm looking at it in a sensible way. He's working hard for the American people. And this is just a small amount. How many people are not vetted as citizens in this country and are doing the wrong thing? The NCTC has been crunching the numbers, and around 18,000 known terrorists are not vetted here. That's just what they have counted. Not saying the 40 or 30,000 people that are over here. People, we got 18,000 that they know of right now. And I'm going to tell you something. From what I've been studying, from what I've been reading here at Stealth Community, for the life of me, I can't understand why we in the streets fighting for them. Because they care nothing about us. Here's some of the things Ian Omar said about black people in the United States. It's appalling. It's a shame that she's in our Congress. You know, Biden and Kamala Harris have left these borders open. They said they couldn't be closed. That it was something that would have to be worked at to get things under control. Trump took care of it in 2 months, 3 months, done. And not zero personnel has come over here. It just took a good president. So y'all can talk about him all you want. He's doing his job. He's doing what we ask to be done. And most smart Americans want change. They want a neighborhood they can walk in without having their car hijacked. They want a neighborhood they can walk in without someone saying they're going to put a bum over here. They want a neighborhood where their kids can go through and knowing they're going to come back home if they ride their bicycle around the block. We desire these things. You work every day. When you come home, it should be a safe haven to you. But no, we got the threat of unknown terrorists that are ready to destroy us. Biden and Harris have let these individuals come over here under normal circumstances. They would never be able to come over to America. Trump is working, laying the law down. And this law should be at any immigrant who has stolen from America in any shape or form should be deported because of their ties to jihadists. These people who are over here, these cells, they have ties to jihadist group, ISIS, and Wakanda. The Biden administration not only let them into, millions of them coming into our facilities, but they actually gave their approval. The Afghan terrorists who are here and attack us wondering and killing one of our ICE National Guards. This Afghanistan was brought over to this country as a group of 100,000 Afghanistans who were brought here during the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. These individuals were not vetted properly. They came into the United States individually in D.C. through the Biden opening at the border. And some of them serve as soldiers in Afghanistan. There's a sign right there. That is a big sign. This was an Afghan soldier over there, and he came over here and killed one of our young ICE agents. Been plotting to do this the whole while. And they plot, and it burns in them, it burns in them, it burns in them, because the hatred going to our schools and everything, the hatred that they have for America. See, this is a thanks we get by standing up for these people. And America stand up for all of these terrorists. Any terrorists are just one of 88,000 that have identified to harm Americans. 88,000 have ties to terrorist organizations, working hand in hand with the DHS to run down these 2,000 before they kill, burn, mutilate, rape, abduction, destroy property, ruin elections, steal, scandal, destroy SNAP, welfare, Medicaid, Medicare, health care for kids, child care programs, autism, food programs for homeless, and government payoffs. My God, I ain't said nothing good. This is what they do. $38 trillion in debt. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And it's not getting better. People, we got to stand up and fight. We got to believe in something. And if we believe in something, we have to stand by that. Because it's not getting easier for us. I got something I want to show you right quick. I'm going to give us a couple videos, people. And this might make, like I said in other videos, might make your skin crawl a little bit. But for the people that aren't getting it, you need to listen to this. And just try and put it in your minds how these people feel about you. And I'm so happy a lot of Democrat Americans are waking up. Let's go ahead and look at this right quick.
Now, I want you guys, those called Black Americans, I want you to think about every derogatory, every foul thing these Black immigrants and non-Black immigrants said about you. Now I want you guys to rejoice and revel in the truth coming out and the lies being exposed. These people came here talking so much garbage about us, talking about how they're able to come over here and achieve, and we aren't. All along, we're finding out your ass was committing crimes, committing super fraud. Folks, seasons are up. This is the time that the truth comes out and the lies are being exposed. But I honestly believe that if Dems were in office, this stuff would still be hidden, and they still will be looking at us, accusing us of breaking all the rules and the laws. Check this out.
Billions of dollars of government welfare money is missing in the state of Minnesota.
How do we define missing?
Well, the fraud is so bad that the U.S. Attorney's Office has come out and indicated that they believe their entire government programs, where the fraudulent claims outstrip the legitimate ones. There are cases where indictments have come down, or guilty pleas are already in to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars that were fraudulently obtained, filing false claims alongside doctored paperwork. And the indictments are continuing to come.
Someone made a great point to me. I was sharing with them what I just discovered about the Somalians and their fraud schemes in Minnesota. And they were saying, well, when you think about it, America shows you who has been coming over in this country committing the crimes. How they talk about the Italian mob, that was filled with immigrants. They'll talk about the Irish, that was filled with immigrants. Even the Russians they're talking about today. These people came from other countries and built criminal empire. That's what makes America look so sad. You steady trying to keep your knee on those called Black Americans' neck. Meantime, between time, people who have no foundation, no solid foundation in this country, then came over here in ships. Most of them came here in the 1800s, 1900s, built criminal empires. You let these people come over here and grape this country while you was putting our men and still putting our men in trees. You got a lot of blood on your hands, America. Now I want you guys, those called
A lot of blood. America, let's get fired up. I mean, it's about time we wake up. And what the young lady said before, there has been a ruling where just 3 years ago, they were hanging a person in Mississippi, a black guy, from a tree, and they wouldn't even let us take him down. So this still goes on very strong. And I agree with her. But while you sitting there watching and penetrating and trying to hurt the black race, which you have already, your enemies have slipped up around you so bad that they're taking over. I once had a Japanese girl that I knew. She told me that they would be able to overtake America without raising one gun. Because Americans are so cheesy, so lazy, and so dumb, and they want everything for nothing. All from a little money, a little help, and you got them. Like I told you, I'll be 66 in May. My God, this has come true. And I think about a lot of things a lot of people have told me to watch it all come true. Let's look at this right quick.
Somalis in Minnesota, Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar people have been caught stealing billions of dollars. Tax fraud amongst a whole bunch of other fraud. Money that was supposed to be sent to kids with autism.
Angry. And I think people are starting to feel it, rightfully so. Rightfully so. And this is all about people getting fired up, America, knowing what's going on around you. Don't listen to the media. Big time media won't tell you. They won't tell you. This is Ilhan Omar, two-faced witch. If you read the caption, she's talking that trash. And another thing I think people need to learn how to do, you come to America, learn to speak English. We go to China, we either have to have a phone to try and translate, or you have to learn that language. You don't burn flags. You don't put up your own city. Americans are weak with that. It is not freedom of speech. It's not freedom of what you can do. Our democracy is set up. If you don't infiltrate in the democracy, you stand out and you create your own democracy, you need to go back where you came from. This is what all these people are doing. And we so stupid, we got them all in Congress. We got enough of our own people fighting in Congress. Got all kind of people, talking all kind of, can't even understand them when they speak English. DEA, whatever that is, that's one of the worst things they could have created. Earn it. Look what the product you get out of it. The Crockett's and stuff. Look what you get out of it. Earn it. And they all loaded with money. Let's check it out. This woman here is worth about 30 million. Come over here, I think it was $14,000 in the hole. Zero. She done walked around all of us and studied making it. No wonder she married a white man. He know where his bread's buttered. Check it out.
wadankan anaga ku nool wadankan wadankii aan anaga tax ka dhigno waaye waa wadankii gabar idinka dhalatay ee Congress ka fadhiso intii aniga aan Congress joogo wadanka Soomaaliya biyaheeda dad kale iyo badeeda dad kale ma qaadanayaan wadanka Mareykankana kuma taageerayo dad kale in anaga ay la dhacaan marka taas ka seexda reer Minnesota gabadhii Congress u tirsateen
protect Somalia
sida idinka u dareemaysiin dantaas ay u dareemeen madaxweyne Xasan Sheekhna.
She's here to protect the interests and only the Somalians. And we got an old dummy like Tim Waltz, because she's giving him a couple of dollars. I heard he has no retirement. He has no other means of making money. So you know this is the wrong person to have in there. Hand him a couple $100,000 or $1,000, he's right there with you. Make it make sense. And she's telling us that she wants nothing to do with Americans. Again, people, this is Stealth Community. Try to bring you some funny too, like I did on a couple other videos, but this is so serious. Like, share, and subscribe, and hit that thumbs up button for me. Let's grow the channel for ourselves, if nothing else. They're doing it, let's do it too. And I'll see you on the next one.